Managerial decision making. A managerial decision making process must always help executive make the best possible strategic decision. The decision involves a choice on the basis of information previously treated. The decision aims to choose a target and select a means to achieve given the many contingency factors. The decision is a rational act that opposes a random act due to change. Decision level or level of decision. Traditionally, there are three levels of decision. Strategic level decision, the first, the tactical decision, and operational decision. Risky strategic decision made at the highest level of the firm. The tactical decision made by management, they allocate the necessary resource with different function of service of the company. Operational decisions are made by enforcement officer. The decisions are easily reversible and can be corrected.
Historically, many United States companies have not seen the importance of expanding into the global arena. Many companies view their performance in the United States as good enough. They do not see the need to expand because the U.S. has a stable government, the costs are reasonable, there is no risk of currency gain or loss, and generally we understand each other here. If you look at the top 100 companies in the 1900s, only 16 of those companies are still around today. If you take the top 100 companies from the Forbes 500 list, which they first started publishing in 1956, only 29 of those companies are still around in the 90s. Many of these companies have declined due to their lack of expansion into the international arena. There are many obstacles and challenges that a manager must face while managing the global environment. One challenge a manager has to face is while working in the other countries is the diversity of the laws. Many countries don't have as many legal remedies to deal with issues that may arise while managing. The United States is the only country that makes a distinction between business and international business. This statement alone provides a lot of insight as to how we approach business in the global environment. As companies start to spend as much effort in managing their global operations, they will succeed as much as they do nationally.
Diversity. Diversity is recognizing and appreciating the variety of characteristics that make individuals unique in an organization. Examples of these characteristics are age, cognitive style, culture, disability, economic background, political affiliation, race, religious belief, and sexual orientation. Diversity in an organization means that having a bias-free workplace that allows every employee to work and develop to their maximum potential without stereotypes. As a manager, we must understand and value each other, whatever the differences are. As managers, we should hardwire an attitude of acceptance, demonstrate an unbiased approach to others by exhibiting courtesy and respect. Show respect for all, be respectful for all religions, cultures, and backgrounds. Be open-minded and willing to listen to different perspectives. Participate in diversity education. The benefits will improve communication among management staff and associates, increase employee morale, better product delivery resulting in satisfied clients.
Transformational leadership occurs when managers 1. Let their subordinates know the importance of their jobs. 2. Make them aware of their own need for personal growth and development. And 3. Motivate subordinates towards working for the betterment of the organization. Cleve W. Stevens, a Fortune 500 leadership consultant, suggests 4 areas transformational leaders must focus. The first area, the leader must desire to change the workplace. Second, the leader must not be afraid to challenge the status quo. Third, the leader must believe that it is his or her responsibility for the organization's success. And 4, the leader must learn and succeed on getting others to join their cause. Done. In order to achieve teamwork in organizations, managers must motivate teams to achieve the goals of the organization, reduce social loafing, and manage intergroup and intragroup conflict. Social loafing is often the most difficult of these to manage. Business Lines suggests 3 ways in which managers can reduce social loafing. The first is keep the groups size small, about 4 to 5 people. The second is define specific tasks within the group. And the third is to choose group members based on the specific task in which you want them to perform. That's it.
Webster's Dictionary defines communication as a process of which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. Communication is also comprised of all means, formal or informal, by which information is shared. While there is no formal history of business communication, it has existed since the beginning of business. Traditionally, communication within an organization has been from the top down. Management would make decisions and they would send that downward through the ladder to lower management, who would then execute these decisions. More recently, companies have switched to a bottoms-up approach where management at the lower level will make decisions and that will be communicated upwards. A way that we can evaluate how efficient a company is communicating is to imagine them without effective communication. For instance, if a company is going through downsizing and they do not effectively communicate that to their employees, the employees may then start looking for new jobs, and in the process, a company may lose many employees.
Value and ethics is central to any organization, even for those who work in national security field. So what we say about business ethics is mean three things. The first thing, to avoid the criminal law. Second thing is avoid to do any action that lead to conformity with the criminal law against the company. And the last thing is avoid bad action for the company image. And the second thing I will talk about is our attitude will have very important effect to our career, because we usually attracted by the positive people. The positive firm have many positive people. So attitude for work is decide how we work. So that shows how we love our job or we do what we need to do only. And we must take in account two things. The first thing is there is no small thing to do a job. And the second is that let's work with high responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility. Many businesses today are realizing the importance of the you reap what you sow ideal. This deals with how a company or organization handles matters that involve the consideration of the community, stakeholders, and consumers that influence the success of the business in some fashion. The book definition of social responsibility is the way a company's managers and employees view their duty or obligation to make decisions that promote, enhance, and protect the welfare and well-being of customers, stakeholders, or society as a whole. An example of this is a documentary that came out in 2004 called Supersize Me, in which the subject, Morgan Spurlock, chose to eat McDonald's 3 times a day for an entire month. This film pretty much told consumers and customers that the McDonald's did not care about their well-being due to the deterioration in health that Spurlock had in just that short amount of weeks. In order to rebuild their reputation, McDonald's had to do a lot of work. They added healthier choices to their menu, reduced fat content in cooking oils, reduced the sodium in the chicken products, and they dropped the supersize option altogether. But the best thing that they did was communicate the changes that they made to the public. In order to implement corporate social responsibility properly into your organization, you have to make it part of your organizational goals and actively pursue these goals from the get-go. But the best thing you can do is to keep your public informed about what you're doing to benefit them.
So I will talk about motivation. Before we looking for a job, we usually ask 3 questions. The first thing, what inspires me to work? The second thing is where I do work for? And the last thing is what attracted me to the job? So if you can answer the question, you are on the right path. Happiness leads to efficiency. So if you want to work more efficiency, the best thing you should do is you must be happy to what you do. For example, Toyota does not build only a quality car, but they train the quality people. They got empowerment to the staff for any level, so they can work better and they have feel they are more value in the company. And recognition, reward, and salary are not the key point, but they do refer to achievement.
Human resources management. The human resources that an organization has are its most important asset because ultimately, without them, there would be no business. Because employees are so important, getting the right people, recruiting them, working to keep them there, and to motivate them to perform at the highest level in order to achieve organizational goals is more important than ever. Walmart is an organization that has taken steps to achieve this. The goal of Walmart's People Division is to get, keep, and grow good people. In order to get good people, Walmart has made massive improvements to its hiring process because that's where it starts. They've gone above and beyond the simple application and background check to improve their interviewing skills and make sure that they get the right people from the get-go. Now they want to keep these employees because everyone knows that employees don't leave good companies, they leave bad bosses. Employees should be able to answer 3 questions to make them want to stay where they are. Do you care about me? What do I need to do to get ahead? And where can I go to get justice? Lastly, Walmart wants to grow these employees. In order to do that, Walmart communicates the opportunities that are available to them and also how the process is an even playing field for anyone who wants to advance in their organization. Getting the right people from the start, keeping them happy, and allowing for growth makes for satisfied employees, which in turn makes satisfied customers, and ultimately is good business, starting with human resource management efforts.
Organizational change. The organizational change process must be managed in order to keep the organization moving towards its new vision and its stated objectives. Unmanaged change process accomplishes nothing, and the work that went into planning the change is wasted. Coordinating the process of the change is as important as in selecting the content of change. When implementing change, be clear and concise in communicating. The rule of thumb is to always use all available methods of communication. Managers need to be aware that communication is a continuous process and the message related to the change effort require reinforcements. When implementing organizational change, use the SMART method. Specific, use concrete actions, step-by-step actions needed to make the goal succeed. Measurable, observable results from the goal's accomplishment. Attainable, the goal is both possible and is done at the right time with sufficient attention and resources. Realistic, the probability of the success is good given the resources and attention given to it. Time, the goal is achieved with a specified period of time in the way that it takes advantage of the opportunity before it passes by.
Innovation in organization. The organization innovation is the implement of a new organization method in business practice, workplace organization, or external relation of the company. Organization innovation may aim to improve the performance of a firm by reducing administrative cost or transaction. What distinguishes an organizational innovation of other organizational change within a firm is to put the work of an organizational method that had not previously been used by the firm and as a result of strategic decisions taken by management. It includes investment in staff development, but also various methods of expression, movement, and accumulation of knowledge and know-how accumulated in a company.